Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. It is weekly recap time. Let's get into this weekly recap. For you guys that don't know, I do this every week. Weekly recap. We go over the loads I did this previous week, the money we made, the expenses we had, stuff like that. So if you enjoy it, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, share it with somebody if you think somebody can use it. And that's what we do. We talk a lot of trucking around here, do a lot of lives. If you like that, hang around, click the bell when you subscribe. That way you get the notifications. Come join us for a live, talk some trucking with us. So I did 3 loads this week. It's been a pretty busy week. 3,044 total miles for the week. First load went from Minnesota to Mississippi. That load weighed 37,000 pounds. It was a protect from freeze load. 100 miles of deadhead on that. 1206 on the loaded. 1306 total on that. That load paid $4,500, which is pretty darn good. And then let's see, it was $4,500 to the carrier, $3,600 to the truck. I'm leased to an 80-20 split carrier, so we split everything right down the 80-20 line, and that's how we do it. I don't talk about the carrier I'm leased to, but there's lots of 80-20 splits out there, 85-15, 90-10s, just, whatever. Find somewhere you like, find somewhere you're happy. But, this is kind of generally, speaking of what is involved in an 80-20 split there. So, next load out of Mississippi, went up to Detroit, Michigan. On that load, 88 miles of deadhead, 954 on the loaded. Got 2,200 out of that load to the carrier, 1,760 to the truck. And let's see, next load, final load went from Detroit. 7 miles of deadhead between the second load and the third load. I was looking for some loads that were paying better out of Detroit going down, because this was coming up on the 30th, was when I picked up. So I was looking for some loads that were coming down out of Detroit for the New Year holiday to cover. I had one, but the broker wasn't too sure I could pick it up on time, and they were a little worried about it. So I said, hey, let's don't even do it. If you're concerned about it, let's don't do it, because I don't want to hear I told you so. So I was just like, all right, let's just not do that one. Let's find something else. And then it got me, I got this load from Detroit back to Minnesota. Picked up on the 30th, delivered on the 31st. It was 7 miles of deadhead, 689 on the loaded miles. It was 40,000 pounds dry load. So I had one protect from freeze. The second load was negative 10 degrees. That second load was only 16,000 pounds, but it was negative 10 degrees. And the final load was another protect from freeze. They booked it as a dry load, but I ran I ran it because I was a little afraid at night. It got down in the low 20s. So I ran it at 40 degrees on start and stop, just to put a little heat in the trailer occasionally. I don't think it would have froze, but I didn't want to chance it either. I was hauling liquid, sodas, soft drinks. So I didn't want that to freeze. So I clicked it on at 40, let it run. But I was like, you know what? If I can't find anything good out of Detroit, coming, wherever I wanted to go, I was like, I'm just going to come back to, back to Minnesota. Why not? Because I know I got good freight coming out of here. This wasn't a horrible paying load. $689 on the loaded for $1,500, $1,200 to the truck, $15 to the carrier, $1,200 to the truck. Overall, not a bad week. A lot of running. 3,000 is a pretty good week for me, I think. This was a 6-day week. This started on the 26th, which was Saturday, and I finaled it out on the 31st in the afternoon. So picked up Saturday morning, was done Thursday afternoon. That gave me all day Friday off. It gave me Thursday night, which was New Year's Eve, and then the whole New Year's Day off. Started again on Saturday. So this was really like a 6-day week, maybe 5.5, however you want to calculate that. I kind of figure if I work on a day, I consider it a day. You know, it's like, it is what it is. Did get the over 34 hours off. It was like 36 hours off. So that was good. That was good because this load I've got now is not going to be an exempt load. We're going to have to log this load. So got the restart in on it either way. So it don't really matter. And yeah, that was the week, guys. $8,200 total revenue for the week to the carrier. $6,560 to the truck. Another great week to the truck. 3,044 total miles. We had 195 miles of deadhead on that. 6% deadhead. Pretty good deadhead for the week. You know, that load out of Detroit back to Minnesota was literally 7 miles of deadhead. You know, that really makes a load like that worth doing because you're not tying up time and resources running around trying to get it all situated. So, yeah, like it when it's, you know, 6% deadhead for the week's pretty good. That is 269 all miles. You know, the 195 deadhead, it's all miles in there. 269 a mile to the carrier, 215 a mile to the truck, and loaded miles was 2,849, and that paid $288 per loaded mile. Now, I only bring up the loaded miles because, you know, it kind of shows us what the market's doing. It's not realistic to base your week on just loaded miles. You know, you go around pounding your chest saying, oh, I got 288 a mile this week, but it's like, well, I don't know. Did you have any deadhead? Yeah, it kind of changes things, you know. So you got to calculate in deadhead. You know, that's, you know, just the way I see it. Other YouTubers see it, you know, they can just, you know, clickbait you with this, that, and the other. I ain't going to do it to you. Let's see. Maybe I should, though, because those other YouTubers got a lot more subscribers than I do. Huh. Sell you down the river for subscribers. Maybe that's what I'm going to start doing. Put you in a basket, put you in a river. Now, Uncle Cash wouldn't do you like that. So let's go over some expenses for the week. $1,023 in diesel for the week, and I'm sitting pretty good right now, starting my new week. So, I'm okay with that. I've been using the MUDFLAP app. If you don't know, I got a link down there. Use my promo code when you sign up. Get yourself $10 in free fuel on me. Gets me $10 in free fuel as well. So, excuse me. I would edit that out, but yeah, let's keep it real. People sneeze. It happens. $52 in reefer. Like I said, mostly dry. The -10 load was the big deal. The other protect from freeze, the first load of the week, protect from freeze. I picked it up in Minnesota, but by the time I got, like the next day, I got down to Illinois with it. Well, Missouri, I guess. When I got like to Missouri with it, I cut the reefer off. It was like 50 degrees out. So not a lot of reefer for the week. 52 reefer, $20 in def, $56 in tolls. That was mostly on that last load coming back from Detroit. $12 on the scale. I scaled only that last load. I didn't scale the other two. And yeah, that leaves variable cost at $1,163 of variable cost. I do not talk about my truck payment. I do not talk about my insurance. I have in previous videos. Go back and watch my whole playlist. You'll probably find me talking about it at some point, but I don't talk about it regularly. Everybody's truck payment's different. Everybody's insurance different. You need to calculate this in on your own. You know, like if you want to take my numbers and say, okay, well, here's a general running. My fuel economy was not crazy good this week. I probably like 7.8, 7.7, somewhere in there. We're on winter fuel. You know, the load down to Mississippi was heavy. The load back to Minnesota was heavy. The one middle load there, you know, like 1,000, like 1/3 of the week was at 16,000 pounds. But from Mississippi to Detroit, a lot of rolling hills in there, so you're not really running flat ground. So probably like 7.7, 7.8, somewhere in that ballpark. But like I was saying, if you want to take my variable cost, plug them in, kind of give you an idea of what owner-operators are making out here these days. I pull a reefer trailer. I put that in there too. I don't know if people figured that out from me talking about the temperatures and stuff, but $1,163 in variable costs. We bring over the $6,560 that was to the truck. We subtract the $1,163 variable cost. $5,397 left for me to do what I got to do with. And that's how the week shook down. It was a pretty good week. Definitely worked hard for it. 3,000 miles. It's quite a bit in like a 5.5 day period. That's getting after it. So I appreciate everybody tuning in and liking, sharing, subscribing to the videos. I do appreciate all that. Come join me on a live. I love it when I get a big group of people in on a live. It makes for good conversation. If you've got any questions, there's people in there that are smarter than me that can probably help you answer your questions. So it's a great place to come, get questions answered about trucking. You know what I mean? Like we will help you as much as we can in there. That's kind of the point of it. And thanks, guys. I appreciate everybody. Take care of each other out there. If you see somebody struggling, try to help them. Later.